So today I actually want to dive into 6 things that you should be included in your client welcome letter or client welcome package and guide. And I even have a copy of my own template here that I'm going to just walk you through quickly. Client welcome letter, client welcome guide, client welcome package, whatever you want to call it. You're essentially using this after you book a client to welcome and onboard them to your company and to working with you. And it's so important right here to make sure that your clients have an amazing experience. And the way to do that is to hit certain key points that will ensure that they're having an amazing experience from beginning to end. So what can you include to help up level that, right? What can you include to ensure that their experience is bar none and will get them raving and ranting about you, about your process, about your business? Well, I'm going to share 6 things that I included in mine. So the first thing is a welcome letter or video. Now, why do you include this? Yes, the person's already hired you, they know who you are, yada yada yada. But here's the good thing. This kind of welcome letter or video, I personally like to do a video now. It's just an opportunity for you to officially welcome them, say their name, make them feel special, knowing that they just hired you and feel like they made the right decision. This welcome letter, I include prompts in our template, by the way, that tells you kind of what to include. Hi, welcome to working with us. Here's what you can expect. Here's some information that you need to know right now. Here's how you can contact me, my email, my phone number, yada, 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 all the good juicy stuff. If it's a video, even better. They get to see your face. They get to hear your voice. You can say their name, which makes it feel so much more personal. But that's the first thing that I like to include. The second thing I like to include, and this depends on the size of your business and how many people are working in it, is an introduction to your team. If you are not a solopreneur and you have multiple people on your team, even if you just have an event assistant, if they're going to be interacting with that assistant in any way, you should probably offer an introduction. This way, if at any time this person gets pulled into a conversation, whether in person, over email, whatever that is, they already know who that is. So they're not guessing and spelling and wondering, why is this random person emailing me? Or why is this person speaking to me, right? Provide an introduction to your team, their names, their information, what they do, what you can expect, how to reach out to them, maybe if they can't get a hold of you. This is so important to help someone feel like they have a good access and they know who they're working with. This is an amazing thing that I started including that I can't tell you how much it's changed my business. For example, one of the services that I offer is I do like a HoneyBook setup, and I don't do the setup personally anymore. I actually have a team member that does it. Now, when I work with clients who are going through the HoneyBook process, I try not to just be the main contact person. I also do a connection to my team member so that when they actually start getting that reach out, the communication that's just randomly coming from someone else, they know what to expect and they know who she is. Number 3 is I like to outline expectations, right? Because sometimes when we're in the market inside of our business, we focus a lot on here's all the things you're going to get. Yes, this is fun. Yes, this is juicy. You're going to be working with me. Here's all the good stuff, right? But what does that actually look like once that person is hired, once you're booked, and once you're going through the process? Give them some information on next steps. When will they hear from you next? What can they expect over the next week, over the next month, over the next 3 months, over the next 6 months, right? Give them some insight. One of the things you don't want to do, and I've actually had people say this to me, they go, I signed up for this course or this workshop, and once I gave them my money, I never heard from them again. They can't tell me how to log in. They never respond to my emails, all of that. You don't want that to be you because that can really ruin the client experience. So you do want to give them some information on next steps and what to expect so they have an idea of what's coming and they feel a little bit more in control in the process. Number 4 that I like to give my clients access to, and I recommend this to all my clients as well, is to let them know where they can access their files and shared resources. If you're going to be working with your clients online, if there's a portal, if there is maybe a file somewhere like a drive that you have shared, whatever that is in your business, ensure that you share this with them so they know where they can access stuff. So maybe if it's a case where they can't get a hold of you, they have an opportunity to log in somewhere and still see what the guest list looks like, who's RSVP, who hasn't RSVP'd, right? They still have some level of control. Even if they're not doing it themselves, they have some oversight. You want your clients to feel like even if they're not the one accomplishing the task, at any given time, they can tap in and be able to answer any questions they might have. Like, what's our RSVP numbers right now? Guess what? Maybe it's the weekend, they can't reach out to you, but they can log in through the client portal and look at a spreadsheet that you have that's there, that's updated, that they can view, quickly get that answer and go back on their merry way. Number 5 are recommendations on what they should be working on next. Now, this is different from next step in your business in this way. Sometimes, let's say you're a wedding planner and you booked a client, the client's hired you now, and you are thinking, okay, well, we don't have to be doing anything quite actionable until the next 3 months. Well, in that time, the client might be thinking, okay, I haven't heard anything from her, so what's next? Here's what you can do. You can give them recommendations. You can say, okay, we don't actually kick off officially for the next 3 months because the basic stuff is out the way and we don't need to work on any action items. But here's what you can do in the interim. You can reach out to the videographer, you can reach out to the photographer, you can get ideas or a list from them on shots or outfits or recommendation, right? Tell them things they can do. Maybe they can take your wedding dress in right now to get altered if they'd like to start right now. Give them some recommendations so that they feel like, okay, I'm not hearing from the wedding planner right now, but she still has my back. She's still giving me tips on how to move through this process easily to help me get things off my plate so that I'm not feeling overwhelmed the closer we get to the date of my event. Number 6 is a big one because sometimes I think people are sketchy on this one. And when I say that, I mean like sometimes I speak to planners and they're like, well, I don't want to give them my entire process. Well, why not? So here's the thing. If a client's already hired you, they're working with you, it's okay to get them involved. They don't need to be doing anything. But number 6, I recommend is giving them an overview of your timeline and your process, right? What does it look like? What is your process like? What are you going to be working on over the next 6 months? What is that, right? Give them an overview. Now, you don't have to break down anything step by step and say, okay, we're going to go call this vendor today. You don't have to give them all that much detail, but give them kind of an overview so they know what's going on. And here's the thing that you don't realize that this reduces in overall. It actually reduces the amount of time that clients reach out to you for updates on things and keep sending you emails and phone calls, which is something I know that I have so many clients complain about. They're like, the person is always calling, they're always emailing, they're texting, their mother-in-law, their brother, everybody's reaching out. One of the ways to reduce this is actually let them feel more like they're a part of the process. So give them some access to certain resources, give them an overview of your timeline. Now, those are the 6 main things that I recommend. Of course, there are a ton more you can include. And definitely check out my template because I have a really, really well done client welcome guide. I'm going to link it down below that walks through the entire process of what to include. I give you a ton of designs, template, and steps, and there are prompts on what you should add and what you can put. You can change it up. It's in Canva, by the way. Easily editable, linking it down below. Check it out. And of course, if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you can get more videos like this one week after week.